Welcome to my channel, HD Rare Coin 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. The year 2000 marked the turn of a new millennium, and as the world embraced the promise of a new era, something else was quietly unfolding in the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter dollar Virginia 2000 coin, part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, would become a significant part of American coinage history. What was once an ordinary quarter in circulation has now become a highly sought-after collectible with a value of $45,000, a stunning amount for a coin that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. So, how did this seemingly unremarkable coin become one of the most sought-after items for collectors? Let's take a deeper look at its historical context, design features, and minting details to uncover the reasons behind its rising appeal. The Washington quarter itself has a rich history that dates back to 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. The design was the work of John Flanagan, and it showed Washington's left-facing portrait on the obverse side, with the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," surrounding it. The reverse side originally depicted an eagle perched on a branch, and this design would be the mainstay of the quarter for decades. However, in 1999, the U.S. Mint began an ambitious project to commemorate the 50 states of the Union through a series of special state-themed quarters, which is where the 2000 Virginia quarter comes into play. Virginia, the Old Dominion, was the 10th state to enter the Union and played a pivotal role in the foundation of the United States. It was home to several prominent figures in American history, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. The 2000 Virginia quarter was part of the second year of the 50-state quarters program, a highly successful initiative by the U.S. Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008. The program was designed to honor the history, culture, and symbolism of each state, with each quarter featuring a unique design inspired by the state's heritage. The 2000 Virginia quarter was designed by artist and engraver Joel Iskowitz, and it captures the essence of Virginia's history and significance to the United States. The coin's reverse side depicts a simple yet powerful image, a large, beautiful depiction of the state's outline, with the date of Virginia's statehood, June 25, 1788, inscribed beneath it. In the foreground, there is a stately depiction of the famous Virginia State Capitol building in Richmond, designed by Thomas Jefferson. Above the building, the state's motto, Sic Semper Tyrannis, meaning, "Thus always to tyrants," is emblazoned. This design pays homage to Virginia's long and storied history, from the founding of the nation to its role in the American Revolution. But what sets the 2000 Virginia quarter apart from the other quarters in the 50-state quarters program? While the design itself is beautiful and meaningful, there are several unique aspects of the 2000 Virginia quarter that contribute to its rare appeal among collectors. The first is its relatively low mintage compared to other state quarters. The U.S. Mint typically produced these quarters in high quantities, but the 2000 Virginia quarter stands out because some varieties, particularly those with specific mint marks or errors, have become exceptionally rare over time. The minting details of the 2000 Virginia quarter are important to understanding why this coin is so valuable today. The coin was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the Philadelphia coins bearing no mint mark and the Denver coins marked with a D on the reverse. These coins were produced in massive numbers for circulation, but it is the uncirculated and proof versions that collectors particularly covet. Coins that were well preserved in mint condition have seen their value rise significantly over the years, especially when they feature rare varieties or mistakes made during the minting process. One of the key factors contributing to the value of the 2000 Virginia quarter is the potential for error varieties. While many coins may appear to be identical at first glance, sometimes the minting process produces unexpected flaws that can make a coin incredibly valuable. For example, the 2000 Virginia quarter has been known to feature a variety of errors, including misstrikes, die cracks, and double die errors. The most sought-after of these varieties is the double die variety, where certain parts of the design are faintly duplicated. This error can be hard to spot without close inspection, but when identified, it significantly increases the value of the coin. In addition to the error varieties, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. The 2000 Virginia quarter, like many other coins from the 50-state quarters program, was produced in both proof and uncirculated versions. Proof coins are specially minted for collectors and feature a higher level of detail, with a mirrored surface that gives the coin a polished and shiny appearance. Uncirculated coins, on the other hand, were made for general circulation, and many of these have been worn down over time, making them less valuable. However, those that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly prized by collectors and can command significant prices at auction point. One of the most interesting aspects of the 2000 Virginia Quarters story is its relationship with the larger 50-state quarters program. This program was a massive success for the U.S. Mint, with millions of people collecting the state quarters as a hobby. The release of each new quarter was a highly anticipated event, and many collectors eagerly sought out the latest designs. The popularity of the program created a huge demand for the coins, which, in turn, led to an increase in their value over time. What was initially seen as a fun and casual hobby for many Americans quickly evolved into a serious collecting market for rare and unique quarters. As the years passed, the 2000 Virginia Quarter became one of the most sought-after coins in the 50-state quarters series. The growing collector interest, combined with the scarcity of rare coins and high-quality specimens, pushed the price of this quarter to remarkable levels. The most valuable examples of the 2000 Virginia Quarter are those in perfect or near-perfect condition, especially those that have been professionally graded by reputable grading services. Coins that are graded as MS69 or PR69, indicating mint state or proof state with minimal wear, have been known to fetch astronomical prices, with some fetching up to $45,000 at auction. So, how can you determine if you have a 2000 Virginia Quarter worth $45,000? The first step is to carefully examine the coin's condition. If it's been in circulation for years, it likely won't be worth much more than face value. However, if the coin is in pristine condition, with no signs of wear and tear, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Next, check for any minting errors, such as a double die or other noticeable flaws. These errors, while rare, can make all the difference in the coin's value. If you suspect you have a valuable example, it's always a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. A coin with a high grade and a rare error can be worth a small fortune. The rising appeal of the 2000 Virginia Quarter is not just about its errors or its condition, it's also about the place it holds in American history. Virginia was a key state in the founding of the United States, and its coin honors the contributions of its leaders and its role in shaping the nation. The Virginia Quarter is a symbol of pride for the state, and as more collectors seek to complete their 50-state quarters collections, the value of this coin will continue to rise. In conclusion, the 2000 Virginia Quarter is a coin with a rich history, a beautiful design, and significant value. What started as a simple commemorative coin in a nationwide series has transformed into a coveted collectible, worth as much as $45,000 for certain specimens. Whether it's the state's historical significance, the minting errors, or the perfect preservation of certain examples, the Virginia Quarter has secured its place as one of the most attractive and valuable coins in the 50-state quarters program. If you happen to come across one of these quarters, take a moment to appreciate its story, and remember that it may just be worth far more than you ever expected. Top 2. In 2005, a special coin was released as part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, a program that would eventually become a cornerstone of American numismatics. The Washington Quarter Dollar West Virginia 2005 was one of the final quarters to be minted in this ambitious series, which had begun in 1999. While many collectors focus on the well-known designs and varieties of coins from earlier years, the 2005 West Virginia Quarter has become one of the most attractive and valuable coins in the series, fetching impressive prices that far exceed its initial face value of 25 cents. How did the West Virginia Quarter, a coin that was once widely circulated as part of everyday transactions, evolve into a highly sought-after piece of numismatic history? In this video, we'll dive deep into the history of this particular coin, exploring its design, minting process, and the key factors that have driven its rise in value. We'll uncover why this 2005 quarter has become a prized possession for collectors and what sets it apart from the rest of the state quarters. First, let's take a step back and understand the context in which the West Virginia Quarter was released. The 50-state quarters program was a groundbreaking initiative by the U.S. Mint that aimed to celebrate the history and culture of each of the 50 states. Beginning in 1999 with the release of Delaware's quarter, the Mint issued 5 new state-themed quarters each year, each featuring a unique design representing the state's heritage. The program was a massive success, not just for the U.S. Mint but also for American collectors, who enthusiastically embraced the opportunity to collect a new state quarter every few months. In 2005, the West Virginia Quarter was released as part of the final set of 5 quarters in that year's batch. West Virginia, known as the Mountain State, joined the Union in 1863, and its quarter would reflect the state's mountainous landscape and rich history. The design chosen for the coin was intended to showcase the state's most iconic natural feature, the Appalachian Mountains. The reverse design of the West Virginia quarter, created by engraver John Flanagan and artist George T. Morgan, depicts a scene of the Appalachian Mountains, with the state's rugged terrain and rolling hills dominating the image. In the foreground, a beautiful depiction of a chestnut tree stands proudly, symbolizing the state's natural beauty and its historic connection to the chestnut tree, which was once a dominant species in the region before it was decimated by a fungal disease. Above the tree and mountains, the state's motto, Montani Semper Liberi, Latin for Mountaineers are always free, is emblazoned, emphasizing the state's proud history of independence and resilience. But what makes the 2005 West Virginia quarter particularly significant to collectors is not just its design but also the way it was minted. The U.S. Mint struck these coins in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the Philadelphia coins having no mint mark and the Denver coins marked with a DE mint mark. Additionally, proof versions of the coin were made, intended for collectors and typically sold in sets. These proof coins have a much higher level of quality and are often in near-perfect condition, which makes them highly desirable. However, it is the variations in the minting process and specific errors that make the 2005 West Virginia quarter truly stand out among collectors. Mint errors, although rare, can greatly increase the value of a coin, and the 2005 West Virginia quarter is no exception. One of the most significant errors that can be found on this coin is the doubled die variety, where certain elements of the design are duplicated due to an error during the minting process. This kind of error occurs when the die used to stamp the coin is misaligned, creating a doubling effect on certain parts of the coin's design. When this happens, the coin becomes much more valuable, especially if the error is visible and pronounced. Finding a 2005 West Virginia quarter with this kind of error can be a thrilling experience for collectors. Such specimens can fetch astronomical prices, especially when they are in excellent condition. Coins with pronounced errors, such as the double die variety, are some of the most sought-after collectibles in the world of numismatics. The rarity and uniqueness of these coins make them highly desirable, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for a coin that has a notable minting mistake. In addition to mint errors, the condition of the coin is also crucial in determining its value. The 2005 West Virginia quarter, like other state quarters, was produced in large quantities for circulation. However, as with any coin that has been in public circulation, the condition of the coin can vary widely. Some of the coins released in 2005 were subjected to heavy wear and tear as they circulated, losing much of their original shine and detail. However, there are always those coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, often by collectors who recognize the potential value of these coins early on. Coins that are in mint condition, particularly those that have been stored carefully and kept free from scratches, tarnish, or wear, are far more valuable than those that have been in active circulation. Coins that are graded as MS67 or higher by professional grading services are considered to be in near-perfect condition, and these coins can command significant premiums over their face value. For example, a 2005 West Virginia quarter in MS67 condition could sell for several $100s at auction, depending on its specific characteristics. What truly sets the 2005 West Virginia quarter apart, though, is its value among collectors. While most of the quarters in the 50-state quarters program are still worth little more than their face value of 25 cents, the 2005 West Virginia quarter has a significant collector following, particularly due to its potential for rare minting errors and high-quality specimens. The value of the coin has steadily increased over the years, and a 2005 West Virginia quarter in mint condition with a notable error can now be worth as much as $37,000. That's right, $37,000 for a coin that, when it was first released, could be found in your pocket change. How does a coin, which initially circulated as part of everyday commerce, rise to such impressive heights in value? The answer lies in the rarity of the errors, the desirability of high-quality coins, and the ongoing interest in the 50-state quarters program among collectors. So, how can you tell if your 2005 West Virginia quarter is worth $37,000? First, carefully inspect the coin for any visible errors, particularly the doubled die varieties. This is one of the most lucrative features that can increase a coin's value. Additionally, check the coin's condition. If it's been well preserved and shows little to no signs of wear, it could be worth significantly more than face value. If you think you might have a valuable specimen, it's highly recommended to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A high-grade 2005 West Virginia quarter with an error could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, but you'll need the grading service to verify its authenticity and assign it a value. The story of the 2005 West Virginia quarter is one of transformation, from a humble quarter in circulation to a highly sought-after collectible. The rise of its value is a testament to the power of rarity, history, and collector interest. What was once just another coin in the U.S. Mint's ongoing state series is now a prized treasure for those who understand its potential. As the years pass and fewer of these coins remain in pristine condition, their value is only likely to increase, making the 2005 West Virginia quarter a fantastic investment for those lucky enough to own one. In conclusion, the Washington Quarter Dollar West Virginia 2005 is a coin that embodies the magic of numismatics. It tells the story of a state's rich history, the artistic vision of its designers, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. Whether due to mint errors, unique varieties, or just the right combination of rarity and condition, this coin's value has skyrocketed, and it continues to be a beacon for collectors looking to add a gem to their collection. So, the next time you come across a 2005 West Virginia quarter, remember, it might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 3. In 1965, a significant moment in U.S. coinage history occurred that would go on to shape the numismatic landscape for decades. The Washington Quarter Dollar 1965, which many collectors now cherish, is one of the most captivating coins from the mid-20th century. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin with a familiar design, but upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that this particular quarter is far more than just a part of everyday currency. It's a coin that reflects the socio-economic changes of the time, the artistic prowess of its creators, and the extraordinary journey it has taken to its current status as a rare collectible worth as much as $110,999. To truly understand the significance of the 1965 Washington quarter, we need to rewind a few years. The United States, like much of the world, was in the midst of a dramatic period of transformation. The post-World War II era saw the nation experience tremendous growth, but by the mid-1960s, the U.S. was also facing a host of economic challenges. Inflation was on the rise, and the cost of living was steadily climbing. At the same time, the country was in the midst of a cultural revolution, with the civil rights movement and the counterculture shaping the landscape of American life. The U.S. Mint, for its part, was tasked with meeting the growing demand for currency in an increasingly complex financial environment. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision that would impact the future of American coinage. They drastically changed the composition of many coins, including the Washington quarter, due to the rising cost of silver. Prior to 1965, the quarter was made of 90% silver, with only 10% copper. However, by the early 1960s, silver prices were increasing, and the U.S. government found it financially unsustainable to continue minting silver coins at that ratio. As a result, the mint began producing quarters with a clad composition, a core of copper-nickel sandwiched between two layers of pure copper. This marked the end of an era for the silver Washington quarter, making the 1965 Washington quarter a pivotal coin in the history of U.S. currency. The design of the Washington quarter itself had been in circulation since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a portrait of Washington, which was created by artist John Flanagan. Washington's profile is encircled by the words, "Liberty," at the top and "In God We Trust" on the right side, with the year of minting appearing at the bottom. This iconic design has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. The reverse side of the coin features a rendition of the eagle, a symbol of American strength and freedom. On the reverse of the pre-1965 quarter, the eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, holding an olive branch in one talon, symbolizing peace, and the arrows in the other, symbolizing strength. The phrase, "United States of America," appears at the top with "E pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many one," inscribed below the eagle, along with the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design, created by artist and sculptor John Sinek, was unchanged from the time of its original release in 1932 until 1964. However, in 1965, the coin underwent a significant change, not in design, but in material. This change marked a turning point in the history of U.S. coins. The Washington quarter released in 1965 was the first quarter to be made from a non-silver composition. The switch from silver to copper-nickel-clad metal may seem subtle, but it had profound effects on the coin's weight, feel, and appearance. The new composition also resulted in a change in the coin's color, which now took on a more yellowish, lighter tone than its silver predecessors. For many collectors, this change signaled the end of an era of silver coinage, making the 1965 Washington quarter particularly noteworthy. But what is it that makes the 1965 Washington quarter so valuable today, and why has its price risen to an astounding $110,999 for certain specimens? It comes down to a combination of factors: its rarity, historical significance, and unique features that make it a highly sought-after coin among numismatists. The main factor driving the value of the 1965 Washington quarter is its status as part of a key transitional year in U.S. coinage history. The change from silver to a clad composition was a significant shift, and many collectors now view the 1965 quarter as a symbol of that turning point. These coins mark the final year that Washington quarters were minted with silver, making them an essential piece for anyone building a collection of silver-era quarters. While the 1965 quarter was produced in large quantities, only a relatively small number of high-quality, uncirculated examples have survived over the years. Coins that have been well preserved or have unique characteristics, such as minting errors, have become highly coveted among collectors. One such characteristic that has contributed to the value of the 1965 Washington quarter is its condition. While most of the quarters that were minted in 1965 were used in circulation, a select few were carefully preserved by collectors, either in rolls or as part of sets. These coins, especially those in mint state, MS65 or higher, have become valuable because of their excellent condition, which makes them rare in the marketplace today. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that are graded MS67 or higher are considered exceptional, and their prices can reach astronomical amounts, as much as $110,999 for the finest specimens. Moreover, the 1965 Washington quarter has also gained attention for certain rarities and errors that make it a standout piece in the coin collecting world. Some of the 1965 quarters were minted with defects or mistakes that were never intended by the mint. For example, one of the most significant and sought-after varieties is the double-die 1965 quarter, where certain parts of the coin's design, such as the Liberty, or "In God We Trust" inscriptions, are doubled due to a misalignment in the die used during the minting process. These era coins are rare, and when they are found, they can command prices far above the typical value of the 1965 quarter, sometimes exceeding $100,000, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Another important factor in the rise of the 1965 Washington quarter's value is the increasing demand for vintage U.S. coins. The 1965 quarter, despite its change in composition, represents the end of an era in American coinage, and it is viewed as a transition coin. As collectors' interests have expanded, many have turned to collecting coins from this transformative period, and the 1965 Washington quarter is a crucial part of that collection. Furthermore, as the years pass, the supply of well-preserved 1965 Washington quarters dwindles. Many of these coins were heavily circulated and are now worn and damaged, making those in exceptional condition even more rare and valuable. As collectors and investors look for coins with historical significance, the 1965 quarter has emerged as one of the most attractive and highly regarded coins from the 1960s.So. How can you determine if your 1965 Washington quarter is worth $110,999? The key lies in its condition and any special characteristics, such as errors or rare varieties. To begin, closely inspect the coin for signs of wear and tear. A coin in circulation for years will likely have visible scratches, discoloration, or dullness, reducing its value. However, if the coin appears fresh, with a brilliant shine and sharp details, it may be a gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you suspect that your 1965 quarter might have a minting error, such as a double die or another flaw, it is highly recommended to have the coin professionally graded by a trusted numismatic service. Coins with mint errors or those in high-grade condition can sell for premium prices at auctions, especially as more collectors seek out these rare and historically significant coins. To summarize, the 1965 Washington quarter is much more than just a piece of currency. It is a coin that reflects the political, economic, and social changes of the time, marking a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history. The switch from silver to clad composition, along with the coin's design and the rare varieties and minting errors that have emerged over the years, make the 1965 quarter an essential piece for collectors. Today, it stands as a symbol of transition and innovation in the world of American numismatics, and its value continues to rise, with some specimens fetching as much as $110,999 at auction. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1965 Washington quarter is a coin that has earned its place among the most attractive and valuable pieces of American coinage. Top 4. In 1979, a coin was released into circulation that would not only continue the legacy of the iconic Washington quarter but would also play a crucial role in the history of American coinage. The 1979 Washington quarter, though often overlooked by the casual observer, holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors due to its historical significance, distinctive features, and impressive value. Today, certain specimens of the 1979 Washington quarter can command upwards of $93,999, making it one of the most coveted pieces of modern U.S. numismatics. To understand the importance of the 1979 Washington quarter, it's essential to look at the historical context in which it was released. The 1970s were a turbulent decade for the United States, marked by economic uncertainty, rising inflation, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. In this environment, the U.S. Mint continued to churn out coins, including the Washington quarter, which had been in circulation since 1932. By 1979, however, the quarter was due for another year of production, and collectors began to pay closer attention to the details of the coin. Little did they know that this particular year would see a small but significant number of coins minted with unique characteristics that would later make them highly sought after. The Washington quarter itself had undergone various changes over the years. Originally, the quarter depicted a portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, created by artist John Flanagan. The obverse design of the Washington quarter, showing Washington's profile in left-facing relief, had remained largely unchanged since its debut in 1932. Around Washington's portrait were the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of mintage, which in this case was 1979. The reverse design of the quarter had featured an eagle since 1932, but it was altered slightly in 1976 to mark the nation's bicentennial. The 1979 Washington quarter retained the same reverse design as it had prior to 1976, featuring the majestic eagle perched upon a bundle of arrows, a symbol of American strength. The eagle's wings are spread, and it holds an olive branch in one talon, symbolizing peace, while the arrows in the other talon represent military readiness. The words, "United States of America," encircle the eagle, and below, "E pluribus unum," and $quarter, are inscribed. This reverse design was the work of engraver John Sinek and has become one of the most iconic symbols in U.S. coinage history. The 1979 Washington quarter, however, is not particularly noteworthy for its design alone. It is the year's unique circumstances, combined with a few unusual minting quirks, that have made this coin one of the most fascinating pieces in the Washington quarter series. One of the main reasons for its rising value among collectors is the presence of specific variations, particularly in the minting process, and certain errors that occurred during its production. These varieties and errors are key to understanding why a 1979 Washington quarter can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's start by looking at the minting process itself. The U.S. Mint, in 1979, continued to produce quarters in both Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced quarters bore no mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced coins were marked with a D. The 1979 Washington quarter was also produced in large numbers, with billions of coins circulating in the economy. However, among these billions of coins, only a small number were struck with specific errors or imperfections, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable to collectors. One of the most well-known varieties of the 1979 Washington quarter is the double die variety. This occurs when the die used to mint the coins is misaligned or improperly hardened, resulting in a doubling effect on the coin's design. For the 1979 quarter, this error is most commonly seen in the lettering of the coin, especially in the inscriptions, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." The doubling is often noticeable to the naked eye, making these error coins incredibly valuable for collectors who know how to spot them. A 1979 Washington quarter with a prominent double die error can fetch a significant premium, sometimes reaching prices as high as $93,999, depending on the condition of the coin and the prominence of the error. Another significant factor in the value of the 1979 Washington quarter is the coin's overall condition. As with all collectible coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Most of the 1979 Washington quarters in circulation were used in everyday transactions, and as a result, they show signs of wear, including scratches, dings, and discoloration. However, certain coins were either carefully stored or never circulated, and these specimens are highly sought after by collectors. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or mint state by professional grading services are worth far more than their face value of 25 cents. A 1979 quarter in MS-67 condition, for example, could command a significant premium, potentially fetching several $1,000s at auction. To understand the appeal of a well-preserved 1979 Washington quarter, it's essential to understand how coin grading works. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A coin graded as MS-65 or higher is considered to be in excellent condition, and such coins are highly desirable to collectors. For those in the numismatic world, coins that are in top condition are rare and valuable, and they can fetch staggering prices at auctions. A 1979 Washington quarter in pristine condition, with no visible flaws and a sharp strike, can be worth significantly more than a worn and circulated example. In addition to the double die variety and the coin's condition, another factor that has contributed to the increasing value of the 1979 Washington quarter is its rarity. While millions of quarters were produced in 1979, only a small fraction of these coins were struck with the specific errors or characteristics that make them valuable. The availability of well-preserved 1979 quarters, especially those with mint errors, has dwindled over time, making these coins increasingly difficult to find in good condition. It's also important to note that the value of the 1979 Washington quarter has been influenced by the broader market for rare U.S. coins. In recent years, the world of numismatics has seen a surge in interest, with more and more collectors and investors seeking out rare coins with historical significance. The 1979 Washington quarter, as part of the larger Washington quarter series, has benefited from this trend. As more people become interested in collecting coins, the value of certain coins, particularly those from key years like 1979, has skyrocketed. So, how can you determine if your 1979 Washington quarter is worth $93,999? There are several steps you can take to assess the value of your coin. First, carefully examine the coin for any signs of mint errors, particularly the double die variety. Look closely at the inscriptions on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust, to see if you can spot any doubling. If you suspect your coin may be a double die variety, you should consult a professional coin dealer or numismatist for a more in-depth evaluation. If the coin has been well preserved and is in mint state condition, it's worth having it graded by a professional grading service such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Coins that receive high grades from these services are considered more valuable and are more likely to command a premium price at auction. In conclusion, the 1979 Washington quarter is far more than just another piece of U.S. currency. It is a coin that holds historical significance, marks a turning point in American coinage, and is now recognized as one of the most attractive and valuable quarters in the Washington series. With its unique minting quirks, varieties, and errors, the 1979 quarter has become a favorite among collectors, and its value continues to rise. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a casual collector, the 1979 Washington quarter is a coin that deserves attention. If you happen to own one in exceptional condition, especially one with a double die error, you may be sitting on a rare treasure worth as much as $93,999 or more. So, the next time you come across a 1979 Washington quarter, take a moment to appreciate its rich history, and perhaps consider the possibility that it might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 5. In 1987, a seemingly ordinary coin was minted that would, over time, become one of the most sought-after quarters in U.S. numismatic history. The 1987 Washington quarter dollar, while appearing at first glance to be just another routine issue, has captured the interest of coin collectors and investors alike due to its historical context, its design, and the particular qualities that set it apart from its counterparts. What makes the 1987 Washington quarter truly stand out, though, is its rarity and value in the market today, with some specimens fetching impressive prices as high as $76,999. To understand why the 1987 Washington quarter holds such a special place in the world of coin collecting, we need to first explore the broader historical context in which it was produced. The mid-1980s were a time of significant economic and cultural change for the United States. The country was in the midst of an economic recovery following the early 1980s recession, and President Ronald Reagan's administration was ushering in a period of conservative fiscal policies. The U.S. Mint, which had been tasked with producing coins for everyday transactions, was also dealing with the ongoing demand for coins to keep up with the growing economy. The Washington Quarter, as part of the broader U.S. coinage system, had already undergone several changes over the decades. Originally introduced in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington, the Washington Quarter had become one of the most widely recognized coins in the country. Its design, created by John Flanagan, featured a profile of Washington on the obverse, and the reverse showed an eagle, symbolizing strength and freedom. This basic design had remained mostly unchanged for over half a century, and by 1987, it was still the standard quarter circulating in American commerce. However, by the time the 1987 Washington Quarter was struck, coin collectors had begun to take a closer look at the details of the coin and its potential for rarity. While most of the 1987 quarters were produced in large numbers for general circulation, certain factors set this year apart and created the perfect conditions for collectors to seek out specific variations, minting errors, and high-quality examples. One of the first things to note about the 1987 Washington Quarter is the fact that it was part of a broader series of commemorative coins that would come to define the late 20th century. The U.S. Mint had begun experimenting with different designs and commemorative coins starting in the mid-1980s, and the Washington Quarter would eventually be included in these new series. This shift toward using coins for special purposes, such as honoring states, national parks, or historical events, would pave the way for future collectible coins and also increase demand for coins like the 1987 Washington Quarter, which was part of the continuing tradition of honoring the nation's first president. While the design of the 1987 Washington Quarter stayed true to the iconic image of George Washington, there were subtle differences in the minting process that made this particular issue worth paying attention to. The 1987 Washington Quarter, like its predecessors, was minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia Mint producing coins without a mint mark and the Denver Mint using a DE mint mark. However, the coin's real appeal lies not in its design, but in the way it was produced, the number of high-quality coins that survived, and the rare variations that would eventually be discovered. The most significant factor influencing the 1987 Washington Quarter's value is its rarity. While millions of coins were minted in 1987, the survival rate of coins in pristine condition, especially those free from the wear and tear of everyday circulation, is relatively low. In fact, only a small number of coins from the 1987 production run were preserved in such a way that they maintained their sharp detail and overall appearance. The difference between a well-worn coin and one in near-mint condition can mean the difference between a few dollars and thousands of dollars. For collectors, finding a 1987 Washington Quarter in flawless condition is like finding a hidden gem. The value of a 1987 Washington Quarter increases dramatically based on its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, unblemished coin. A coin in mint state, or MS condition, meaning it was never circulated and shows no signs of wear, will naturally command a higher price than one that has been heavily used. A 1987 Washington Quarter in MS65 or higher condition is already valuable, but those graded at MS67 or MS68 represent some of the finest examples of this coin, making them incredibly sought after by serious collectors. Additionally, as with most coins, there are specific features or errors that can greatly increase a 1987 Washington Quarter's value. These errors can happen when the dies used to mint the coin become damaged, misaligned, or improperly prepared, resulting in unusual features or designs on the coin. For example, some 1987 quarters were struck with double dies, where certain parts of the design, like the word Liberty or In God We Trust, are visibly doubled due to an error in the die process. These errors are highly prized by collectors and can significantly increase the coin's value. Another error that sometimes occurs in coins from this era is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the striking process, causing part of the design to be cut off or distorted. These types of errors are rare, and finding an off-center 1987 Washington Quarter can result in a substantial financial reward. Like double-die coins, off-center examples are considered to be mistakes that make them unique, and collectors are always looking for these types of anomalies to add to their collections. It's also important to mention the role of the 1987 Washington Quarter in the broader coin collecting community. By the late 1980s, coin collecting was becoming increasingly popular, not just as a hobby but also as an investment. The rise of coin dealers, collectors, and specialized grading services during this time contributed to an expanding market for rare coins. The 1987 Washington quarter became one of the standout issues in this burgeoning market, with collectors eager to find the highest quality examples to add to their collections. As more and more people became interested in collecting coins, the demand for these rare specimens increased, leading to the rise in value of certain coins, including the 1987 quarter. Now, let's talk about what you need to do to determine if you have one of these rare and valuable 1987 Washington quarters in your possession. First, inspect the coin carefully for any visible mint errors. Look closely at the lettering on the obverse, particularly around the word Liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." If you notice any signs of doubling or unusual characteristics, you might be in possession of a double-die coin, which could be worth much more than face value. Next, assess the overall condition of the coin. Does it show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or fading? If so, it's likely that the coin has been in circulation for years and will not command a high price. However, if the coin still retains its luster and the details are sharp and clear, you may have a gem on your hands. For those who are unsure about the authenticity or value of their 1987 Washington quarter, it is highly recommended to seek professional grading services. Trusted grading companies, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can accurately assess the condition of your coin and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. If your 1987 Washington quarter receives a high grade, you may be in for a nice surprise when you discover its market value. In conclusion, the 1987 Washington quarter dollar stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage and its rich history. Though it may seem like just another standard coin at first glance, it is the unique circumstances surrounding its production, as well as the high-quality examples that have survived over the years, that have made it a highly sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. Whether it's the rarity of certain minting errors, the demand for well-preserved specimens, or the growing interest in coin collecting, the 1987 Washington quarter has earned its place as one of the most attractive and valuable coins in circulation. Today, if you happen to possess a 1987 Washington quarter in excellent condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a treasure worth as much as $76,999, transforming a seemingly ordinary coin into an extraordinary find. So, the next time you come across a 1987 Washington quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You never know, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 6. In 1989, the United States Mint released another installment of one of the nation's most iconic coins, the Washington quarter. While this quarter might not have the immediate recognition of a rare or error-prone coin, it's a crucial part of the ongoing legacy of U.S. numismatics. The 1989 Washington quarter holds historical value, unique design elements, and the potential to become a collector's prize. But what makes it so captivating for coin enthusiasts, and why does it command an impressive value of up to $68,999 for certain specimens? To truly understand the value and appeal of the 1989 Washington quarter, it's essential to explore the historical context of the coin's creation. The 1980s was a period of transformation for both the United States and the world. The country was recovering from the economic downturn of the 1970s and embracing a new era of technological innovation and global influence. At home, the U.S. Mint continued its task of minting currency that not only served everyday transactions but also preserved American history. The Washington quarter had been in circulation for nearly 6 decades by 1989. First issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the coin quickly became a mainstay in American coinage. The design of the Washington quarter, with George Washington's likeness on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, was instantly recognizable and remained largely unchanged for decades. But by the time the 1989 version was struck, the U.S. Mint had refined its methods and technology, ensuring that every Washington quarter produced would be a product of the latest advancements in coinage technology. The design of the 1989 Washington quarter remained true to the original design created by John Flanagan in 1932. The obverse side features a profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States, facing left. Surrounding his portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of mintage, 1989 in this case. Washington's stern yet dignified expression became the face of the U.S. Mint's most enduring coin design, a symbol of American independence and democracy. On the reverse side of the 1989 Washington quarter, we find the same eagle design that has been in place since 1932, albeit with a brief redesign in 1976 to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States. The eagle on the reverse is shown perched on a bundle of arrows, with an olive branch in its talon, symbolizing both strength and peace. Beneath the eagle, the words, United States of America, are inscribed, along with the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, and the denomination, quarter dollar. The reverse design is simple yet powerful, reflecting the nation's ideals of strength, unity, and resilience. While the design of the 1989 Washington quarter remained unchanged, this particular year is still significant due to a few factors. One of the key elements that distinguishes the 1989 quarter from others is the ongoing evolution of coin production techniques. By the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint had significantly improved its machinery, leading to coins with sharper details, more uniform strikes, and overall higher quality. The 1989 quarter is one of the products of this technological advancement, which results in coins that are not only more precise but also more desirable in terms of collectability. In 1989, quarters were produced at two of the U.S. Mint's facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The coins from Philadelphia were not marked with a mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint bore the DE mint mark. As is often the case with most U.S. coins, the vast majority of 1989 Washington quarters were mass-produced for circulation, meaning they were used in everyday transactions. However, among these millions of coins, there exist specimens that are in excellent condition or exhibit unique characteristics, both of which significantly impact the coin's market value. Let's now turn our attention to the factors that make the 1989 Washington quarter so intriguing from a collector's perspective. Like all coins, the value of the 1989 Washington quarter is influenced by its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. Because so many 1989 quarters were produced and circulated, it might seem that they would have little collectible value. However, certain factors contribute to their appeal in the numismatic world. First, let's discuss the condition of the coin. Coins that are in pristine condition are always in high demand among collectors, and the 1989 Washington quarter is no exception. Coins that were minted in the 1980s, like the 1989 quarter, were often subjected to heavy circulation, meaning they were used in daily transactions and experienced wear over time. But some coins were set aside, either through careful storage or never being put into circulation, and these coins are far rarer in high-quality grades. A 1989 Washington quarter that has been preserved in uncirculated or near-mint condition is significantly more valuable than a well-worn one. Coins that are graded MS-65, mint state, or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC are particularly sought after. For a coin like this, its pristine quality is a major factor in its market value. Another significant factor influencing the value of the 1989 Washington quarter is the presence of mint errors. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production, resulting in a flaw or irregularity. These errors can range from minor imperfections, like off-center strikes or double strikes, to more substantial issues such as missing elements in the design or improper die alignment. When a mint error occurs on a coin, it often results in a highly sought-after piece. For example, a 1989 Washington quarter with a double die error, where elements of the design are visibly duplicated, can be worth far more than a standard example of the coin. Mint errors are always rare, and their discovery often generates considerable excitement in the coin collecting community. In fact, coins that feature such errors can fetch prices significantly higher than their normal counterparts, sometimes even reaching figures as high as $68, $9.99. The rarity of high-quality, error-free 1989 Washington quarters contributes significantly to their value. While the U.S. Mint produced billions of these quarters, only a fraction of them were carefully preserved or error-struck, making them highly prized among collectors. Over time, as more of these coins are lost to circulation or damaged, the remaining examples become even more valuable. Coins that are in mint state condition or feature unique errors are always in demand, and their prices tend to increase as fewer remain available on the market. It's also worth noting that, in recent years, the Washington Quarter series has become increasingly popular among collectors. With the rising interest in U.S. coinage, particularly coins from the late 20th century, the 1989 Washington Quarter has garnered attention not only for its historical significance but also for its role in the broader context of American numismatics. As the population of serious coin collectors grows, coins like the 1989 Washington Quarter are seen as essential components of a well-rounded collection. Now, let's talk about how you can determine whether your 1989 Washington Quarter could be worth $68,999. The first step is to carefully inspect the coin. Look at the overall condition of the coin, especially the details of Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse. If your coin is in excellent condition, with sharp details and no visible signs of wear, it could be a high-grade coin that is worth more than its face value. Next, check the coin for any visible mint errors, such as doubling of the design or misalignment of the images. If you spot something unusual, it's worth having the coin examined by a professional coin grader. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can assess the coin's condition and provide a certified grade that can help determine its market value. Once your coin has been graded, you can begin researching its value. Professional coin dealers and auction houses often provide price guides or auction results for coins of a specific grade, so you'll have a clearer idea of what your 1989 Washington quarter might be worth. If the coin is indeed a rare example, with an excellent grade or a mint error, it could fetch a substantial amount at auction. In conclusion, the 1989 Washington quarter might seem like a humble piece of U.S. currency at first glance, but its significance, rarity, and condition have made it one of the most sought-after coins for collectors today. Whether you own a perfect, uncirculated coin or one with a unique mint error, the 1989 Washington quarter offers plenty of potential for those willing to dig deeper into the world of numismatics. With a current market value of up to $68,999 for the rarest, highest-grade specimens, this quarter is far more than just pocket change. It's a valuable treasure that reflects both the history and artistry of American coinage. So, the next time you come across a 1989 Washington quarter, take a moment to appreciate its story and its potential. It might just be the coin you've been waiting to discover. Top 7. The 1993 Washington quarter, much like other coins in the Washington quarter series, may seem like a simple piece of U.S. currency at first glance. Yet, when we take a deeper dive into the coin's historical context, its design, minting process, and the factors that affect its value, we uncover a fascinating story of American numismatics. As with many other coins in the Washington quarter series, the 1993 quarter holds particular interest for collectors and enthusiasts, especially those who understand the nuances of coin grading and the rarity of well-preserved specimens. Despite its relatively recent mintage, the 1993 Washington quarter has gained impressive value over time, up to $52,999 for the most coveted specimens. Before delving into the specifics of the coin itself, it's important to consider the larger historical backdrop against which the 1993 Washington quarter was produced. The United States, in the early 1990s, was experiencing a time of growth and transformation. The economy was in a period of expansion, with the country recovering from the recessions of the late 1980s. The early 90s were marked by a wave of technological innovation, the end of the Cold War, and significant shifts in the global political landscape. On the home front, the coinage being produced by the U.S. Mint during this time was largely a reflection of the nation's stability, its history, and its ongoing connection to its founding ideals. The Washington quarter had long been a symbol of American heritage by the time the 1993 version was struck. The coin had first been introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and its design by John Flanagan was a fitting tribute to the first president of the United States. Over the years, the coin had undergone minimal design changes, becoming a cornerstone of U.S. coinage, and in 1993, it was still adorned with the original portrait of Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse. The design of the 1993 Washington quarter is strikingly familiar to anyone who has seen the coin before. On the obverse, George Washington's profile faces left, surrounded by the words, "Liberty," at the top. "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year of minting, 1993, on the right. The simplicity and majesty of Washington's portrait continue to give the quarter its timeless appeal. Flanagan design captures Washington's strength and leadership, creating a lasting image that remains iconic in American coinage. On the reverse, the design is a reminder of the nation's strength and unity. The eagle, which had been a feature on the Washington quarter since its introduction in 1932, remains perched on a bundle of arrows. In its other talon, the eagle holds an olive branch, symbolizing peace. The inscription, "United States of America," arches over the eagle, while the Latin phrase, "E pluribus unum," is prominently displayed along with the denomination of $quarter below. This enduring design has remained largely unchanged over the years, reinforcing its symbolic importance as the embodiment of the U.S. government and the country's principles. The 1993 Washington quarter was struck in a period when the U.S. Mint's facilities were equipped with the latest technology to ensure high-quality production. The coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia Mint coins bearing no mint mark and the Denver Mint coins marked with the letter D. While these differences might seem minor, they are often a point of interest for collectors, who sometimes prefer one mint mark over another, depending on rarity and other factors. In total, millions of 1993 Washington quarters were minted to meet the demands of everyday transactions. As with most coins from this era, the majority of these quarters circulated freely and became worn over time. However, despite the heavy circulation, there were some quarters that managed to remain in excellent condition, often because they were set aside by collectors or never saw circulation. These well-preserved examples are far rarer and can command impressive prices in the marketplace, especially when they are certified as being in mint state or near perfect condition. Now, let's explore the factors that make the 1993 Washington quarter so desirable to collectors. As with any coin, the most important factors that affect its value are rarity, condition, and demand. For the 1993 quarter, the rarity comes from the relatively small number of coins that remain in pristine or near pristine condition. Because so many 1993 quarters were used in daily transactions, the vast majority of these coins are heavily worn and show signs of wear from constant circulation. However, certain specimens have survived in much better condition, and these coins are the ones that attract the most attention from collectors. The key to understanding the value of the 1993 Washington quarter lies in its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is considered. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher, mint state, are considered to be in excellent condition, while coins that are graded MS-67 or MS-68 are considered near perfect or perfect specimens. For a 1993 Washington quarter, coins in MS-67 or higher can easily command a significant premium over the standard face value. But what makes a coin like the 1993 Washington quarter so valuable is not just its high grade but also the possibility of rare minting errors. Minting errors occur when a coin is struck incorrectly during the production process, resulting in unique characteristics that can make the coin stand out from others. These errors can range from minor issues like double strikes or off-center designs to more substantial mistakes such as missing elements of the design or improperly aligned dies. When a minting error occurs, the resulting coin is often highly sought after by collectors, who are eager to add a rare specimen to their collections. For the 1993 Washington quarter, certain errors could significantly increase the coin's value. For example, a double die error, in which certain parts of the design are duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process, would make the coin extremely valuable. Other errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, could also lead to higher than usual values. It is these rare errors, combined with high-grade coins, that can push the value of the 1993 Washington quarter to impressive heights. Another reason why the 1993 Washington quarter is particularly appealing to collectors is its place in the broader context of the Washington quarter series. Collectors who focus on specific years, designs, or mint marks are often drawn to coins from the late 20th century, as they provide an opportunity to acquire a relatively modern coin that holds significant historical value. The 1993 quarter, with its traditional design and connection to George Washington, has become an essential piece for anyone looking to complete a set of Washington quarters. As interest in modern U.S. coinage continues to grow, the 1993 quarter has only become more valuable in the eyes of collectors. For those interested in determining the value of their 1993 Washington quarter, the first step is to examine the coin closely. Look for any signs of wear, damage, or minting errors. The more pristine the coin is, the more likely it is to be a valuable specimen. Pay close attention to the details of Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse. If you spot any unusual characteristics, such as doubled letters or an off-center strike, it's worth having the coin professionally graded. Certified coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can assess the coin's condition and assign it a grade. This professional certification will help determine the coin's market value. Once the coin has been graded, you can start researching its value in the marketplace. Auction houses, dealers, and online price guides provide a good sense of the current market value for coins in various grades. If your 1993 Washington quarter is a rare, high-grade example, or if it features a minting error, you may be able to sell it for a substantial sum. Coins in top condition have sold for as much as $52,999 at auction, depending on their rarity and grade. In conclusion, the 1993 Washington quarter is much more than just another coin in circulation. Its historical significance, iconic design, and the factors that influence its condition and rarity make it a desirable piece for coin collectors. With millions of these quarters minted, it may seem that they are abundant, but high-grade specimens or those with mint errors are incredibly valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to numismatics, the 1993 Washington quarter represents a fascinating part of U.S. history, and for the right collector, it can be worth far more than its face value. So, the next time you find a 1993 Washington quarter, take a closer look. You might just have a rare gem worth thousands of dollars hiding in your pocket. Top 8. The Washington quarter $1,994, though seemingly a simple piece of U.S. currency, holds more value and significance than most people might realize. At first glance, it appears like just another quarter circulating during the 90s, but this particular coin tells a fascinating story of American history, artistry, and the ever-changing world of coinage. As we delve deeper into its historical context, its design, and the minting process, we will uncover why the 1994 Washington quarter continues to captivate collectors to this day, all while revealing its impressive value at the end. The history of the Washington quarter is as rich as the nation it represents. Introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter was minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and it has remained one of the most enduring symbols of U.S. coinage ever since. The coin's design, crafted by John Flanagan, was intended to honor Washington's legacy as the first president of the United States and to establish a strong connection between the nation's currency and its founding principles. By 1994, the Washington quarter had long since become a staple in the pockets of Americans. The design, though largely unchanged, had undergone some modifications, and the coin had seen various versions and commemorative editions over the decades. The 1994 quarter, in particular, is notable not just for its role in the series but also because of the economic and political climate surrounding its production. In the early 1990s, the U.S. economy was experiencing a period of steady growth. The country was in the midst of recovering from the recession of the late 1980s, and new technologies were beginning to shape the way Americans lived and worked. The world was rapidly changing, but the Washington quarter remained constant, offering a reassuring connection to the past. In this context, the 1994 Washington quarter became more than just a coin, it became a symbol of American endurance and continuity. The design of the 1994 Washington quarter is consistent with the tradition established in 1932. On the obverse, George Washington's profile faces left, his dignified expression framed by the words, "Liberty," above. "In God we trust," to the left, and the year of minting, 1994, on the right. Washington's portrait, based on a famous bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, is rendered with remarkable detail, showcasing his resolute and commanding presence. This image has become synonymous with American ideals, strength, leadership, and the birth of a nation. On the reverse side, we see the same eagle design that has graced the quarter since its inception. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, one of which points down, symbolizing the country's readiness to defend itself. The eagle holds an olive branch in the other talon, representing peace. The words, "United States of America," curve along the top of the coin, while "E pluribus unum," meaning, "out of many one," sits beneath the eagle. The denomination, $quarter, completes the reverse design, underscoring the coin's value and purpose. In 1994, the Washington quarter was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia coins being struck without a mint mark and those from Denver carrying the D mint mark. This distinction may seem minor, but to collectors, mint marks are crucial. They indicate not only where the coin was produced but also can sometimes influence a coin's rarity and demand. As with most years in the Washington quarter series, the majority of coins minted in 1994 circulated freely in everyday transactions, while only a small percentage were set aside by collectors or remained in mint condition. Despite the high mintage numbers, the 1994 Washington quarter holds special appeal for collectors due to several factors. First, it is important to note that while millions of these quarters were produced, very few have survived in pristine condition. Over time, quarters that were circulated regularly often show signs of wear, and as a result, those in uncirculated or near mint condition are considered rare and valuable. Coins that are in mint state, MS grades, particularly those graded MS 65 and higher, are highly sought after by collectors. In these higher grades, the coin's details are sharp, the surfaces are smooth, and the overall appearance is as close to perfect as possible. Another key factor that makes the 1994 Washington quarter an appealing piece for collectors is its association with the broader context of U.S. coinage. In the 1990s, there was a resurgence of interest in American coins, with collectors seeking to complete their collections and find rare specimens. The 1994 quarter, as part of this renewed focus on U.S. coinage, attracted attention from those looking to acquire not just standard examples but coins that were particularly well preserved or uniquely interesting. Mint errors, as they are called, also play a significant role in a coin's value. When a minting error occurs, a coin is struck with a flaw that sets it apart from others, making it a rare and highly desirable find for collectors. These errors can range from simple mistakes like double strikes or off-center strikes to more dramatic issues such as missing features in the design or improper die alignment. In the case of the 1994 Washington quarter, a coin with any kind of mint error can fetch far more than its face value. For example, a double die error, in which the design is doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process, can dramatically increase the coin's market price. The 1994 Washington quarter is also part of a larger collection of coins that were minted as part of the ongoing series commemorating the nation's history. In addition to regular minting, the U.S. Mint frequently produced special edition coins, such as those celebrating statehood, historical events, or milestones in the nation's development. While the 1994 quarter was not itself part of a specific commemorative series, it is closely associated with the general push to recognize American heritage through its coins. As part of a larger collection of Washington quarters, the 1994 quarter serves as a key link in a continuous narrative about the nation's past and present. So, what makes the 1994 Washington quarter worth the impressive $49,999 that certain specimens can fetch? It all boils down to rarity, condition, and demand. While many of the 1994 quarters were produced and circulated, a small percentage of them remain in excellent, uncirculated condition or feature a rare mint error, making them highly collectible. Coins that have been graded MS67 or higher by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC are particularly valuable, as these coins are in near-perfect or flawless condition. As for mint errors, these can significantly increase a coin's value. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unusual mistakes, and a 1994 Washington quarter with an error could easily be worth thousands of dollars more than its standard value. For example, a 1994 quarter with a double die error, where the design is doubled due to a mistake in the minting process, can be worth a significant premium. Similarly, coins that are misstruck or show signs of unique errors tend to fetch higher prices at auctions or from private buyers. To determine if your 1994 Washington quarter could be worth $49,999 or more, you will want to examine the coin carefully for any signs of mint errors, as well as its overall condition. Coins that show minimal wear, with sharp details and a smooth finish, are far more valuable than those that are heavily circulated. If the coin appears to be in excellent condition or if you spot any minting errors, it is worth having it professionally graded by a reputable service. A certified coin grading can provide an accurate value for your quarter, helping you assess its potential worth. In the world of numismatics, collectors often find themselves seeking out coins from particular years, mint marks, or designs to complete their collections. The 1994 Washington quarter, while not one of the most widely recognized coins in the series, still holds a special place for collectors who understand its significance. With its historical context, traditional design, and the potential for mint errors, the 1994 Washington quarter is a piece of American history that continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts. In conclusion, the 1994 Washington quarter is more than just another piece of circulating currency. It carries with it a deep historical connection to the founding ideals of the United States, and serves as a testament to the country's enduring legacy. As with any coin, its value depends largely on its rarity, condition, and any unique characteristics it may possess. With the right combination of factors, a 1994 Washington quarter can be worth as much as $49,999, making it a remarkable find for collectors and an intriguing piece of American numismatic history. Whether you're an experienced coin enthusiast, or just beginning to explore the world of collecting, the 1994 Washington quarter offers a wealth of potential for discovery and investment. So, next time you come across a 1994 quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. It may just be the gem you've been looking for. Top 9. The 1996 Washington quarter dollar is a seemingly unassuming coin, but as with many pieces of American currency, its story is far more complex and fascinating than it first appears. While this coin may seem like just another example from the Washington Quarter series, it holds significant appeal for collectors and numismatists who understand the history, design intricacies, and the economic and cultural context of its production. As we take a closer look at the 1996 Washington Quarter, we'll uncover its historical background, its design elements, the minting process, and its collector appeal. By the end, we'll reveal why this quarter continues to be valued at an impressive $43,999, an amount that makes it highly sought after among coin enthusiasts. To understand the value and importance of the 1996 Washington Quarter, it's important to explore the broader history of the quarter series itself. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 as part of the United States Mint's commemoration of George Washington's 200th birthday. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter featured Washington's profile on the obverse, paying tribute to the nation's first president. Over the decades, this design has remained largely unchanged, making the coin a staple in American currency and one of the most recognized coins in the world. By the time 1996 arrived, the Washington Quarter had undergone some minor design changes and adjustments to reflect the nation's ongoing commitment to honoring Washington's legacy. However, the essential elements of the coin, the president's portrait on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, remained intact. In 1996, the Washington Quarter was part of a larger series of coins that were being minted for circulation, as well as for collectors who sought specific years or mintmarks to complete their collections. The 1996 quarter came at a time when the U.S. economy was transitioning. The country was in the midst of economic growth, following the recession of the early 1990s. Technological innovations were beginning to reshape daily life, with the rise of the Internet and the proliferation of personal computers. While these advancements were taking place, the design of the Washington Quarter, unchanged for decades, stood as a symbol of American stability and continuity. Even as the world evolved, the quarter remained a steadfast reminder of the country's history and enduring values. Turning to the design of the 1996 Washington Quarter, we see that it adheres closely to the classic imagery that has made the coin so iconic. On the obverse, George Washington's left-facing profile is surrounded by the words, "Liberty," at the top. "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year of minting, 1996, on the right. Washington's expression is serious yet dignified, a reflection of the leader who played such a pivotal role in the founding of the United States. His portrait, based on a bust created by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon, exudes a sense of power and wisdom, capturing the essence of the nation's first president. The reverse of the 1996 quarter features an eagle, an enduring symbol of strength and freedom. The eagle, perched on a bundle of arrows, holds an olive branch in its other talon, signifying peace. The inscription, "United States of America," arcs along the top, while "E pluribus unum," meaning "out of many one," is featured below the eagle. The denomination, $quarter, is inscribed at the bottom. This classic reverse design has been in use since 1932, and it continues to resonate with American ideals of unity, strength, and freedom. One of the most significant features of the 1996 Washington Quarter is its production details. In 1996, the U.S. Mint produced the quarter at two major facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint are marked with a D. These mint marks help collectors differentiate between quarters produced at the two mints, and can play a role in determining the coin's rarity. The 1996 Washington Quarter was produced in large numbers to meet the demands of circulating currency, but the number of high-quality specimens in circulation is much smaller, contributing to its collectability and value. Despite the high mintage numbers for the 1996 Washington Quarter, certain factors have elevated its status as a prized collectible. The key factor that determines a coin's value is its condition, which is assessed through a grading system. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. For the 1996 Washington Quarter, coins that are graded MS65 or higher are considered to be in excellent condition. Coins that achieve grades of MS67 or MS68 are particularly valuable, as they are considered to be nearly perfect or perfect examples. The appeal of high-grade 1996 quarters lies in their rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, the vast majority circulated and were subjected to wear and tear. As a result, many of the 1996 quarters show signs of wear, such as scuffs, scratches, and dulling of the details. However, those that were set aside by collectors or have remained in pristine condition are much rarer and can command significantly higher prices. When a 1996 Washington quarter is graded MS-67 or higher, its value can be greatly increased, making it highly sought after by collectors looking for top-tier examples of U.S. coinage. Beyond the basic condition of the coin, other factors that influence its value are rarities such as minting errors. Mint errors occur when a coin is struck incorrectly during the production process. These errors can range from minor issues, like a double strike or an off-center strike, to more dramatic flaws, such as missing features in the design or poorly aligned dies. Errors can make a coin more valuable because they are considered unique and rare. The 1996 Washington quarter is no exception. If a coin from this year features a significant minting error, it can dramatically increase in value, far surpassing the standard value of a well-preserved, uncirculated coin. One of the most desirable types of errors for collectors is the double die error, where the design on the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in a duplication of certain details. If a 1996 quarter features this type of error, it can be worth significantly more than a standard specimen. Other types of errors, like off-center strikes or coins that were struck with the wrong die, also add to a coin's rarity and appeal. Minting errors are often found by collectors who carefully inspect their coins for unusual characteristics, and when discovered, these coins can sell for thousands of dollars more than their original face value. The 1996 Washington quarter is also part of a broader context in the numismatic world. Collectors often focus on certain years or mintmarks as they work to complete collections or find coins that represent unique milestones in the history of U.S. coinage. The 1996 quarter is a key piece in the larger Washington quarter series, and it holds particular interest for collectors who specialize in these coins or who focus on collecting quarters from specific years or mints. For these collectors, the 1996 quarter is an important piece that completes their collection and adds value to their investment. As we move toward the big reveal, it's important to recognize that the value of a 1996 Washington quarter depends on several factors: its condition, its rarity, and whether it features any minting errors. While the typical 1996 quarter might not be worth much more than its face value, certain specimens have sold for extraordinary prices. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS-67 or MS-68, can command impressive sums. Moreover, coins with minting errors, such as a double die or off-center strike, can increase the value significantly. The most prized specimens of the 1996 Washington quarter have been sold for as much as $43,999, depending on their condition and rarity. Coins in perfect or near-perfect condition, or those that feature rare minting errors, have become highly sought after by collectors and can fetch high prices at auction. This remarkable value is a testament to the enduring appeal of the Washington quarter series and the growing interest in modern U.S. coinage. It's a reminder that even coins from relatively recent years, like the 1996 Washington quarter, can have substantial value for those who know how to identify and appreciate their worth. In conclusion, the 1996 Washington quarter dollar is far more than just another piece of currency. It is a valuable and historic item that continues to captivate collectors. Its design, which honors George Washington and the ideals he represented, is timeless and powerful. Its production in the midst of economic change in the United States adds to its historical context. Most importantly, its value has been driven by its rarity, condition, and the allure of minting errors that can dramatically increase its worth. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone new to coin collecting, the 1996 Washington quarter offers an exciting opportunity for discovery and investment. Keep an eye out for these rare gems. They may just be hiding in plain sight, ready to fetch a remarkable price in today's numismatic market. Top 10. The 1998 Washington quarter dollar, like many coins in the history of American currency, might appear to be just another piece of everyday pocket change at first glance. But in the world of numismatics, this seemingly simple quarter has sparked considerable interest among collectors, enthusiasts, and investors alike. In this deep dive, we'll uncover the fascinating history, design, and minting details of the 1998 Washington quarter, explore its growing appeal among collectors, and, of course, reveal its impressive value at the end. By the time you finish this journey, you'll understand why this quarter continues to stand out and command attention in the numismatic world. The story of the Washington quarter starts long before 1998. In 1932, the United States Mint introduced the Washington quarter to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. John Flanagan, a talented engraver, designed the quarter, which featured a portrait of Washington on the obverse, front, and an eagle on the reverse back. The image of Washington was inspired by a bust created by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdin, who had famously sculpted the first president. The quarter's simple yet powerful design has made it one of the most recognized and enduring symbols of U.S. coinage. Fast forward to 1998, and the Washington quarter was well into its fifth decade of production. By the late 90s, the U.S. Mint had introduced various changes and additions to the quarter series, but the core design remained unchanged. As the world entered the digital age and experienced rapid technological advancements, the Washington quarter continued to circulate freely in the pockets of millions of Americans, serving as a quiet reminder of the nation's roots and its enduring commitment to the ideals that George Washington helped shape. While some may have overlooked it in daily transactions, collectors and numismatists were starting to take a closer look at coins from this era for their potential rarity and significance. To fully appreciate the 1998 Washington quarter, it's essential to understand its design in greater detail. As with most other Washington quarters minted since 1932, the 1998 version features Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse. Washington is depicted facing left, his face exuding wisdom and strength. Surrounding his portrait are the words, "Liberty," at the top. "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year of minting, 1998, on the right. The coin's design conveys a sense of dignity, with Washington's features rendered in fine detail. The full, sharp detailing of his hair, face, and attire give the coin a timeless, regal quality that makes it stand out among other coins. On the reverse, the coin features the classic design of a bald eagle, the national bird of the United States. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing the nation's preparedness for defense, while an olive branch held in the other talon represents peace. The words, "United States of America," arc above the eagle, while "E pluribus unum," out of many, one, is inscribed beneath. At the bottom of the reverse, we find the words, "Quarter dollar," denoting the coin's denomination. This reverse design, with slight modifications over the years, has been a hallmark of the Washington quarter series since its inception. The 1998 Washington quarter was minted at two primary locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins produced in Philadelphia bear no mintmark, while those struck in Denver carry a DE mintmark. The mintmark provides collectors with a useful tool to track where a coin was produced, and it can sometimes influence the value of the coin. However, despite the two different minting locations, the 1998 Washington quarter was produced in large quantities, with millions of coins entering circulation during that year. The sheer number of coins minted has played a role in making the 1998 quarter one of the more common coins in the series, but as we will soon see, certain specimens stand out for their rarity, condition, and unique qualities. For any coin, the most significant factor influencing its value is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin. This grading scale allows collectors and investors to determine a coin's quality, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A typical Washington quarter, especially one that has been in circulation, will likely have some wear and show signs of aging. The 1998 Washington quarter, with its millions of minted specimens, is no exception. Over time, coins that have been used in everyday transactions often develop scratches, scuff marks, or fading, which reduces their overall value. However, coins that remain in uncirculated or near mint condition are much rarer and, therefore, more valuable. A coin that has been preserved well, free from any damage or wear, can fetch a significant premium over its face value. For the 1998 Washington quarter, coins that have been graded as MS-65, Mint State 65, or higher are considered high-quality specimens. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are particularly rare, as they exhibit sharp details, smooth surfaces, and a nearly flawless finish. These high-grade 1998 quarters are highly sought after by collectors, and depending on their grade and market demand, they can be worth far more than their face value. In addition to the condition of the coin, another factor that contributes to the appeal of the 1998 Washington quarter is the potential for minting errors. Mint errors occur when there is a mistake during the production process, resulting in a coin that is struck improperly. These errors can range from minor flaws, such as slight doubling of the design or off-center strikes, to more significant mistakes, like the use of the wrong dies or blank planchets. When errors like these occur, the coin becomes a unique specimen, often attracting a premium in the marketplace. Mint errors in coins from the Washington quarter series are not uncommon, and the 1998 quarter is no exception. Coins with doubled dies, where parts of the design appear to be doubled due to a misalignment of the die, are some of the most highly sought after errors among collectors. These errors can significantly increase the value of a coin, especially if the doubling is visible and prominent. Similarly, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned on the coin's surface, can also add to a coin's rarity and desirability. Coins with these errors are not often found in circulation, and when they do appear, they command significant attention in the numismatic community. Now that we've explored the design, minting details, and collector appeal of the 1998 Washington quarter, let's dive into what makes this coin truly valuable. While many 1998 quarters are still found in everyday circulation, some collectors have managed to acquire particularly rare or high-quality specimens. Coins that are in pristine condition, with sharp details and no signs of wear, can fetch impressive sums at auction or in private sales. Similarly, those with mint errors are considered valuable treasures, as they are one-of-a-kind examples of flawed production. The value of these coins is determined by factors like the severity and prominence of the error, the coin's condition, and its overall rarity. So, what is the current value of a 1998 Washington quarter? While most 1998 quarters in average condition are worth little more than their face value, the rarest and most pristine specimens can fetch up to $38,999. Coins that have been graded MS-67 or MS-68, especially those that feature minting errors, are particularly prized by collectors. The high value of these coins is a testament to the enduring appeal of the Washington Quarter series and the growing interest in modern U.S. coinage. Collectors who are dedicated to finding these rare specimens are willing to pay a premium for the opportunity to own a piece of American history in such excellent condition. In conclusion, the 1998 Washington quarter is more than just a coin from the late 20th century. It is a piece of American history that connects modern Americans with the legacy of George Washington and the founding principles of the nation. While the majority of these coins are relatively common and worth only their face value, the rare specimens in high grade or with mint errors have captured the attention of collectors around the world. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner looking to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1998 Washington quarter offers exciting potential for discovery and investment. If you come across one of these rare, high-quality quarters, you might just be holding on to a valuable treasure that could fetch an impressive price in today's numismatic market.